Hi everyone. So welcome back. So yeah, I'm just gonna do 2 videos tonight because I'm ready. I am ready. Like let's just make all these videos right now. So again, my name is Kiara Hernandez and I'm so glad that I'm finally doing this. Oh, like finally making this happen, finally. All right, so the first video, official video, that I want to talk about, and the topic that I want to talk about is self-worth. Self-worth. That's the topic. So, self-worth is something I've struggled with my entire life. And it goes back to the age of 5, maybe. I feel like when you're at such a young age in your life, right? You feel like, you are unsure of who you're supposed to be. And when I was little, I feel like there was always, I was always getting into trouble. And nothing has changed. I was pretty smart and advanced for my age, honestly. And people, till this day, people think I'm older than what I am, because when I tell people I'm 23, they're like, what? And usually a lot of my friends are older, and I just feel older. I literally feel like I'm 50 years old trapped in a 23-year-old body. I think that's really what it is. But I felt like when I was younger, I really struggled with who I was supposed to be. And I felt like I took a lot of time experimenting, whether it was doing pageants or doing modeling, doing dance classes. Like I just didn't know. And I feel like I still don't know. So I feel like a lot of things have not changed. But one thing I always struggled with was my self-worth. Feeling like I didn't matter. And it didn't matter how much my parents would give me or how much time friends would invest in me or how much time I invested in romantic relationships. I just never felt worthy. And I feel like a lot of times I allowed people to determine my worth. And what I mean by that is I gave people the power to really make me question myself. And it was something that I really had to catch myself, because it's really tricky when you give people that amount of power. Because I absolutely hated myself. When I say hated, I fucking hated myself. Excuse my language, but I did. I would look in the mirror and I was just so like unhappy with who I was, and didn't feel I was pretty enough, didn't feel I was smart enough, didn't feel like, I felt like my body, like it wasn't something I was proud of. Like I just always felt there were better people out there. People who looked better than me, people who were better than me, people who were smarter than me, people who had more than me. I just always felt less. And I didn't come to terms with myself and my own worth until I went through what I went through. And it was a tough journey. It was a tough journey, but self-love, oh my God, it's beautiful. It's beautiful because I look at myself today and I'm like, girl, why are you stressing? Like, you have no idea how beautiful it is to love yourself. And it took a lot of time. It took me to hate myself to love myself. And it took myself to lose, I had to lose myself to love myself. Kind of like that Selena Gomez song. Had to lose you to love me. Yeah, but I had to lose myself to love me, because what allowed me to find myself was the darkness, was my inability to see past the shadows. And until I was able to see, like, wow, this is who you are. This is what has been hiding beneath those years and years of self-loathing, self-harm. I had to go through that to know my worth. And that, knowing my worth, has allowed me to give. I always wanted to be one to give, to love, and just spread all my love to everybody. If I could love everybody in the world and give all my love, I would love everybody. But there was something missing, because I knew I had a big heart, but yet I was incapable of giving as much as I wanted to. But how? There was no way for me to do that if my cup was empty. And I love that analogy when people are like, you can't fill others' cup if yours is empty. And it's so true, because I always believed, like, me loving others has nothing to do with the love I have for myself, right? Because I'm like, I can love you and hate myself. That was my thinking, until I realized that no, because if you can't love yourself, you will never be able to love another, ever. And I can promise you that, because I did it. I had to go through a bad relationship for me to recognize how toxic I was and how I could have done things a lot more differently. But I've forgiven myself for that, because we all are toxic at some point. But what matters is the time, the investment you make in yourself, learning and growing from your mistakes. And I am grateful for taking each and every day and trying to be better till this day, till this very moment. Every day I wake up, I just try to be better. Sometimes, trust me, I don't want to do anything. I just want to stay in bed, but that's fine too. Like, whatever, if your best is just getting up and surviving, round of applause to you, because guess what? That takes a lot of courage and strength. But you need to know that even on your bad days, you are still worthy. You still matter. Because trust me, people will try to bring you down. People will try to make you question yourself. Question your worth. But don't ever let anybody make you question your worth. Don't ever give anyone that power. Don't ever give anyone that power, because they will destroy you. And I had to learn that. The only person in this world who can determine my worth is myself. The only person who can judge me is myself and God, or whatever you believe in. All these other people, they don't matter. As long as you're proud of yourself, as long as you're content with yourself, you need to block out these other voices. You need to block out these other people, because people, if they can get the best of you, or if they can bring you down, they will bring you down with them, because they're miserable with their lives. And if you give them that power to do that, they'll take it. And you can only blame yourself. You need to know that no matter what, like I said, we've all been toxic. If you've been toxic, guess what? Forgive yourself and try to be better and find your own worth. Find your worth. Because it took me a long time to find it, but I found it. And I'd be damned if anyone takes that away from me. That's the most valuable thing, is knowing my worth. Knowing what I bring to the table. Trust me, I know what I bring to the table. Like that quote says, I know what I bring to the table, so I'm not afraid to eat alone. That's the kind of attitude I have now, because I've allowed people to take so much of my energy when they don't even deserve it. But that's fine, because I know my heart and I know my worth. And whoever's watching this right now, I just need you to know, listen to me. They will try to bring you down. They will try to make you feel you're not good enough. They will try to make you feel hopeless, powerless. But you're better than that. You're bigger than that. Don't ever let anyone make you question all that you are, all that you are yet to be. Don't let anyone ever make you lose sight of that. Because they will. Oh, they will. And, I now know the importance of knowing your worth. Because trust me, I still struggle with it. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I struggle with it. I still struggle with it. There are times where I'm like, oh man, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Am I doing something wrong? Am I not good enough? What could I have done different? And sometimes, boo, it isn't you. It isn't you. It has nothing to do with you. It has to do everything to do with them. Not you. You're fine. But there are people who don't even love themselves, so how can they ever love you? Don't let other people's misery or other people's inability to see your worth make you question yourself. Don't ever, please. If there's anything you take out of this video, take that. Take that from it. Don't ever let anyone determine your worth, because I can't even tell you your worth. Like, it's something that you need to feel, because every life is valuable. Your purpose, even if you don't know what your purpose is, your purpose will come to you one day, because we're all here for a reason. You're not just here taking up space. Like, you are here for a reason. I don't believe that people are just here for nothing, And you may feel like that, because I've felt like that, where I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, what? Like, my existence doesn't matter. I could be dead tomorrow and no one would care. Don't ever think that way. Don't ever think that way, because you know what? Your life is beautiful. Your life is beautiful. You're beautiful. And you belong here just as much as anybody else. Don't ever lose sight of that. Don't ever lose sight of your value. Learn to love yourself, because trust me, it does make all the difference. So with that being said, God bless you all. Mwah.